Welcome to Secrets of Science Solved. In this series, we will be offering new explanations for scientific mysteries. Hi, my name is Mike McLaughlin-Brown. This presentation is based on my book, The All-Electric Universe. The book is free to read or download at the website. Although the theory is new, the physics is solidly based on the work of four of mankind's greatest scientists. Proposed that electromagnetism underlies the whole universe. This approach can be justified by the work of James Clerk Maxwell and Albert Einstein. Maxwell proved that photons are derived from freed electromagnetic fields. Einstein showed that matter has an equivalency with energy. Therefore, it is probable that everything in the universe derives from the same basic source. How can electromagnetism build the universe, yet be fully explained within the laws of physics? In an earlier video, we proposed that space-time is a dense, chaotic cloud of tiny, interacting quantum electromagnetic particles called QEMPs. How do we get from that model to electromagnetic fields, photons, and matter particles? A reminder, QEMPs are tiny, very simple particles. They have only one dimension, length, and two properties. They vibrate intensely, and they are terminated by tiny equal increments of positive and negative electric charge. This diagram is purely an artist's interpretation. How do we get from QEMPs to electromagnetic fields? By the simple expedient of joining them in series. This is shown in this diagram. A single chain of QEMPs forms a single strand of electromagnetic field. Many strands in parallel form an electromagnetic field. This illustration is shown for explanation only, as free electromagnetic fields rapidly become photons. This diagram illustrates Planck's law. Free electromagnetic fields are shown just before turning into photons. The length times the number of strands is a constant. It should be noted, if an electromagnetic field is attached to matter at one end, it is an electric field. If both ends are attached to matter, it is a magnetic field. How photons arise. Planck's law implies that when an electromagnetic field becomes unattached, it will rapidly adjust to reach a critical number of strands multiplied by length. When this occurs, the field changes into a photon. The field can adjust in two ways. If the number of strands is high relative to their length, the field will split longitudinally to form one or more photons. Any remainder will follow adjustment 2. 2. If the length is insufficient relative to the number of strands, the strands will grow by adding QEMPs until the critical number is reached. The field will then turn into a photon. How do photons get to c, the speed of light? Before it becomes a photon, an electromagnetic field is stationary with respect to space-time. When it changes into a photon, it undergoes resonant folding, which partially shields it from the dark energy of space-time. This is a directional shielding effect which unbalances the forces on the photon. This unbalance causes the photon to accelerate to c, the speed of light. Before a free electromagnetic field folds into a photon, the forces on the field are balanced and they sum to zero. These forces are the integration of all the tiny collisions between the quants of space-time and the terminating electric charges of the field. When a free electromagnetic field folds into a photon, the forces become unbalanced and they sum to a net force. This represents a total loss of mass. A net force results in the photon being rapidly accelerated to the speed of light. We now have a model for photons which fits all the data. The concepts introduced here, especially that of force vector diagrams, are explained in more detail in the book. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out the book, which is free to read or download at the website.